Good morning, I hope you're all well. Thanks for tuning in to a watch list video brought to you by FTX. If you don't have an FTX account, then there are a description below. If you do sign up, you will receive 10% off your trading fees. Let's have a look. So a bit of selling off yesterday on Bitcoin. It all happened quite quickly, and we'll dive into that in this video. But at the moment, we are just pulling back to that weekly cradle zone backed by this level here. Now, good morning, Bobby. You're back. You can comment, which is great. And good morning, Michelle. Thanks for tuning in. So this level through here on Bitcoin is something I want to talk about. It's not a great level. It's not a strong level, but a level nonetheless. So if I look at the daily time frame, I'll show you where I got this level from. Again, I'm not trading off this level. I'm not saying it's strong or it holds any value at the moment, but in the previous bull run, we did see a bit of something here. You know, we try to break through this level. It's around the $25,000 mark. We tried to break through. We eventually did, but it did test before, and it looks like that level has held recently. We've tried to break through. So I'll zoom in a little bit. Try to break through, and we've just struggled to break through. Whether it's that $25,000 round number, that psychological number that we just can't seem to break through. But there's definitely pressure building up, which is exactly what we want to see. If you have done our courses, that's what you want to see on a breakout, a series of higher lows if you're going long, up into a level, building up that pressure to break through. So we're exhausting those sellers that keep pushing that price back down. But at the moment, nothing really there on Bitcoin for me. And the reason being is that, to me, we are still in a strong bullish trend. We're seeing consecutive higher highs, although not the best, but they are higher highs and higher lows. The MACD is still convergent for the most part. So I would be looking for long trades, right? Because I love to trade in the same direction as the daily trend because, as I said in the description, they're my most profitable trades, especially on the daily time frames and the higher time frames. So if we look lower, you can see that the 4-hour time frame is just ruined. Okay, so the selling off last night has just ruined any trends on Bitcoin, except for the daily, but the daily has sort of overshot that cradle zone. But if we do see a nice bullish candle in there, it could be one to consider. I won't take that. It's a little bit too flat for me. I'd love to see a strong break through this level and a pullback to it, which is what I'll be waiting for if we do see some buying. If we don't, then what I want to see is Bitcoin either break this previous low. So I'll throw a level in here, and I'll just show you what I mean. If we do see further selling off, I'd love to see Bitcoin break this low, come up, retest, and then move lower, and that's where I'll be looking to trade it. Not so much on the daily time frame because the trend just isn't there, but stalking those lower time frames off this level. If we do get that, failing that, if we do see some buying come in, I'd love to see something like this, and looking for trades around this area off that level. But we're still a few days away for that to happen. So let's have a look lower on Bitcoin. That's what I thought really interesting, is that the big sell-offs happened over, these are 15-minute candles, right? So 15 minutes, 15 minutes. So over a 30-minute period, we saw Bitcoin fall. Let's have a look. 2.14%. Now that's pretty big for a half an hour time frame. So what this is sort of telling me is that maybe there's some big whales out there that were just unloading their Bitcoin holdings. So it happened really quickly, market order spiked down, and then we sort of consolidated before another quick sell-off, again over about a half an hour period, before another consolidation, and then another half an hour period where we sold off and now consolidating again. So I don't think we're out of the woods yet. The price action here looks very similar to here, so we could definitely see another quick sell-off, but it does look like the selling is being exhausted a little bit on these lower time frames. Let's have a look at the watch list. Actually, let's have a look at ETH first. I'll just move that to the top. ETH is another one that's sitting nicely in that weekly cradle zone. We've got a lower low, lower high, lower low, forming that lower high. The positive about ETH is that we've broken up through this level, which has been respected in the past, through here and through here. We've broken up through that. So that's a positive for ETH. Let's have a look at the daily. As you can see on the daily, we have tested this level and just played around with this level as well. We've eventually broken up over the past few days. We're pulling back into that cradle zone. If we do get a nice bullish day with a nice bullish candle, nice and small, look, it's definitely one I would consider. I believe that there's a lot of buying coming into ETH with the lead up to I think it's a change over to the ETH 2.0 chain, where I believe you get airdropped the free tokens that are new. So could be some buying happening because of that, but at the end of the day, we don't really care. We just watch what the charts are doing. At the moment, we're seeing consecutive higher highs and consecutive higher lows. We're pulling back into that cradle zone, and the MACD looks good. So we may have a nice high time frame option on ETH tomorrow morning. Algo. On this daily time frame, it was the lower time frames for me on Algo. Nice level here, bit of a trend forming. So if we do see some further selling off, Algo may provide something. Lower low, lower high. It's pushed down. What I wanted to see was a further sell off before another pullback. We haven't really got that just yet. So Algo, I could probably take it out of the list. The price action is just not the best. Alpha. Let's have a look at the daily. Always look at the daily first. Okay, yeah, so we've overshot that cradle zone. We're moving lower. Let's have a look at the lower time frames. The 4 hour, bit of a level through here, but not really a trend. And the 1 hour, pulling back into that cradle zone. So a little bit of a deeper pullback. Could be something to consider, but the trend is just not that great. Rose, we have a level down here. So if we do see further selling off today, what I'd like to see is test, lower high, test, lower high, and possibly a third test before breaking for a cradle trade off this level. It will be a few hours away if it does set up. Sia coin, similar to Rose, nice level through here. So we're just waiting for that confirmation of breaking that level and a pullback, and that level backing up our trade. Uniswap was possibly a nice daily option, similar to ETH. Consecutive high highs, consecutive high lows. We're pulling back. This candle, I really like this candle. So although we have seen some selling off and we've pushed down, it's sort of closed indecisive, which is generally a pretty good sign if it's followed by a bullish candle, especially if you're going long. So if we do get a nice small bullish candle there in that cradle zone, that could be an option for tomorrow along with ETH. So they're my two picks. Unfortunately, they're not setting up today. They will be tomorrow morning if they do happen. But yeah, although we did see some selling off yesterday and over the past few days, we're still looking quite bullish in my opinion. I think we can squeeze a little bit higher before we see a nice big correction if it happens at all. There's been a lot of talk about a bear market rally, which is it's not a new concept, but it's you don't generally hear about people talking about it a lot. So part of me is thinking that because everyone is talking about it, maybe it won't come. We're all planning for this bear market rally that just doesn't come, and we miss taking long trades. So it's important to stick to your plan, read the charts, take the trades, manage your risk. It's as simple as that. But yeah, that's the list for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you do have any questions, then feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to help you out as much as I can. Good to see you back in the community, Bobby. Thanks for joining, Michelle, and hope you all have a great day.